Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Book Wormhole. That's the show right here on Sci-Fi Academia, where I talk about books and things. Today we're talking about a book I finally just finished. This book is called The Anxious Generation. Now, I think this book is great, and anyone who is or plans to be a parent, I think should read this book. It just kind of talks about kind of how we see anxiety rising in the current generation and sort of how social media plays a role in that, all the sort of factors of technology that play a role in that. And one other thing that I don't think I could have previously really considered, that is the overprotection of children in the modern day. The book, it talks about, it kind of uses this term anti-fragile. Anti-fragile is what you might be able to guess. If something is fragile, it means it will be harmed by being pushed around too much, being broken. And what's an example of something that's anti-fragile is something like your immune system. When your immune system gets attacked, it grows stronger, right? A similar example could be like your muscles. You know, when you work out your muscles, you're actually breaking them and they're growing back stronger. Anti-fragile. Children are anti-fragile is kind of the point in the book. What that means is when you take away some of the hardships that, children sort of historically have had to go through, then it actually makes them more fragile as they grow up. It makes them less strong, right? And I think that's something interesting I've never really thought about before. But yeah, no, I really recommend this book. It's great. The writer of this book also wrote another book I read called The Happiness Hypothesis, which I would also recommend and might do a little video on at some point. But anyway, all that being said, I highly recommend checking out The Anxious Generation. Even if you don't have kids, don't plan on having kids, but you do work with kids, right? Maybe you're a teacher or a camp director or, someone who is supposed to work with kids. This book is wonderful. A lot of what I thought of going into it is, do I have it over here somewhere? Oh, here it is. So, this book, Bowling Alone, this is another one I might talk about a little bit more, though I haven't read a lot of that one, because it's a lot of charts and stuff, and a little more analytical. But that book was written back in the year 2000, and basically the point is that people are becoming so separate, people aren't doing life together anymore, right? I guess sort of the point of it is that at the time when it came out, people would constantly go bowling. Maybe they still do. I know a lot of people who do regularly go bowling. But the point is that people used to go as part of a bowling club. And in the present day, or the present day when it came out, people started going bowling alone. And that's where the title comes from. And it's talking about just sort of the problem with the separation of people. So why I bring up that book is because I kept thinking that book was sort of to use sort of a biblical analogy, that book was sort of the Old Testament prophets warning us, and then this book, The Anxious Generation, is here's what that book was warning us about. Here's how bad things actually have gotten now in the present day. So it's just a really interesting book. It's a good mix of analytical and just sort of like I don't want to say philosophy, but like life stuff, like how to raise your kids and stuff like that, and how your brain works and all that sort of stuff, and I'm really interested in all that stuff. So it's just a really good book that comes with a high recommendation from me. I will say part of it might be like confirmation bias, because I've thought for a long time maybe cell phones aren't good for us, and that's a big part of what the book is saying as well. But I think the author seems to do his due diligence in actually researching this stuff and figuring out for sure what's harming us and how it's harming us and stuff like that. So for sure, if you work with kids, plan on having kids, do have kids, I would give this book a read, because I think everyone kind of knows that like something is wrong with our current culture. I feel like not a lot of people are willing to look into it, but maybe if this book can get some attention, maybe there will be a change that happens. I don't know. Pick it up, read it. It's available on Spotify as a free audiobook. That's what I did, because you can do that while you're working. You can't very well pull out a book and swing a hammer at the same time. Anyway, more low-key video here, but yeah, that's my thoughts on the book. Pick it up. Pick it up. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Are you doing it? If you watch this, first off, thank you. I appreciate all the attention my videos get. Very small YouTuber at this point, but I do appreciate the people who choose to tune in. And I also appreciate the people who have left comments. A lot of them are very fun, just people, sort of going to have fun. I know a lot of people are like, oh, the comments are awful. I find like at least 70% of our comments are just like nerds like me that just want to have fun talking about Star Trek and Doctor Who and all that stuff. But secondly, let me know what you think of this book, Wormhole. I do plan to do more of these, because I want to start reading more, and I think probably my next one will be more on brand with the channel. I think I'm gonna do a book that is expanded media for either Star Trek or Star Wars. Maybe Doctor Who. I have less interest in reading a Doctor Who book for some reason, even though it's my favorite show. I don't know how that works. I don't need to get into it. But yeah, so if you're interested in expanded media or things like that, you can subscribe to the channel. Again, leave a comment. Have you read The Anxious Generation? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Does it make you angry? I don't know. I would be happy to hear your thoughts on anything regarding the book, honestly. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. And in the words of Christopher Eccleston, live a fantastic life and look up from your phone every once in a while. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.